They taught you to be honest, transparent, and fair. They never told you that power feeds on uncertainty. The moment people can't predict you, they start fearing you, and fear is where control is born. Here's the law, no. One says out loud, power belongs to the one who controls uncertainty. Not the loudest, not the smartest, the one whose intentions are never fully visible. When people know exactly what you think, want, or plan, they relax. They stop respecting you. Predictability kills authority. Uncertainty keeps people alert, cautious, and obedient. The human mind hates the unknown. It fills gaps with anxiety when someone can't read you. They project their own fears onto you. They assume you are stronger than you are, more strategic than you are, more dangerous than you might ever need to be. This is why rulers stayed distant. Why executives reveal less than they know. Why the most powerful person in the room often says the least. They don't convince people with words. They let uncertainty do the work. People don't follow clarity. They follow perceived control, and control is felt most when outcomes are unclear. Psychologically, uncertainty attacks the ego. It makes people feel small if they can't predict your reaction. They can't manipulate you. If they can't measure your limits, they hesitate to test you. Ego wants dominance. Uncertainty denies it. That denial creates submission. This is why transparency is praised by the weak. They believe being understood makes them likable. But likability is not power. And understanding makes you manageable. The brain is wired to avoid risk. An unpredictable person is a risk. So people adjust their behavior around them. They self-censor. They seek approval. They move carefully. That's control without force. That's power without exposure. Watch how this plays out in everyday life. In offices, the weakest employees overshare. They explain their moves. They announce their plans. They complain openly. Management knows exactly where they stand. So they're easy to ignore, delay, or replace. But the person who reveals little becomes a variable. You don't know their alliances. You don't know their next move. Suddenly, meetings change tone when they speak. Decisions slow down around them. People consult them just to check. Not because they're nicer, because uncertainty demands caution. In relationships, predictability is mistaken for safety. Constant reassurance, explaining every emotion, always being available. It feels loving. But it drains leverage. The partner who is fully readable becomes emotionally controllable. Their reactions are known. Their limits are known. Their fear of loss is visible. But the one who doesn't explain everything, who doesn't react on schedule, who remains composed even when challenged, they trigger insecurity, and insecurity shifts the balance of power. People invest more where they are unsure. They chase what they can't fully possess. And social status, the fastest way to lose respect is to clarify yourself too much, justifying your choices, defending your boundaries, explaining your value. High status individuals don't correct every misunderstanding. They let silence create gravity. Others do the explaining for them. Uncertainty forces people to watch you closely, and attention is the currency of status. In business and money, markets move on uncertainty. Negotiations tilt toward the side that reveals less urgency. The person who needs the deal more always leaks it. The calm party wins, not because they're cruel, but because desperation is visible, and visibility is weakness. Now look at what destroys power. Weak people chase clarity. They want to be understood. They want fairness. They want recognition for effort. So they talk too much, react too fast. Explain too soon, reveal emotion before outcome. They believe honesty protects them. It doesn't. It exposes them. They confuse silence with cowardice, but silence is insulation. It keeps others guessing while you remain intact. They think power comes from asserting themselves loudly, but loudness is usually compensation for lost control. The biggest mistake is emotional transparency. When your frustration is obvious, people wait you out. When your excitement is obvious, people raise the price. When your fear is obvious, people apply pressure. Power leaks through expression. The powerful understand something uncomfortable. You don't manage people by directing them. You manage them by shaping what they don't know. This doesn't require aggression. It requires restraint. Silent power operates through patterns. One pattern is delayed. Response. Not ignoring. Not playing games. Simply not rushing to fill space. Time creates weight. Urgency creates inferiority. Another pattern is selective clarity. You are precise about boundaries, vague about intentions. People know what they can't cross, but not where you're going. That combination creates respect. A third pattern is emotional. Neutrality. Reactions are measured. Tone stays level. Whether praised or challenged, you remain unchanged. This confuses people who rely on emotional leverage. They can't read the scoreboard. So they assume they're losing. None of this is about being cruel. It's about refusing to give away. Control for comfort. Power is not loud. It's quiet, patient, and often misunderstood. Here's the warning. This law works whether you deserve power or not. It works on the ethical and the ruthless equally. That's why it's dangerous. If you use uncertainty to dominate instead of protect, you will create enemies who wait silently. Power misused always invites betrayal, but ignore this law, and you will always be managed by those who don't. The world doesn't reward openness. It rewards control of perception. Remember this line: those who reveal everything are ruled by those who reveal nothing.